What's up? New week, new dinosaur. Whoa, hold up. Why is my stream telling me there's an ad going to be playing? I just played one. The next hour is supposed to be ad free, man. The fuck do you mean incoming ad break? Okay, we'll see if that's like real or not. If it is, we'll pause it. Pause the dinosaur discussion. But yeah, for now, we can talk a little bit about it. This week is good old Spinosaurus. I figured we'd do one that's a little more interesting in regards to how complicated and how much of a mess this dinosaur is, since it is in fact my birthday week. So I thought we'd do something a little special for the birthday week, because I mean, it's not like we can do Hyongosaurus again, because we already fucking did Hyongosaurus. That was the first one we did. So we're doing Spinosaurus, because also a carnivore week, because I've been rotating between carnivore, herbivore. So I thought that'd be fun. Eventually, we're gonna have to do omnivores. We'll figure out what the fuck the plan is with them. They'll just go in either week, I guess. But yeah, good old Spinosaurus, the star of many things like Jurassic Park 3. So, is there an ad? Do you wanna tell me if there is one, Siri bot? Because my stream is saying there's an ad, but I don't know if there is. I'm gonna assume there isn't, because normally there isn't when I play an ad. So we'll continue as normal. So yeah, location discovery of Spinosaurus. So specifically, Spinosaurus aegypticus was found in 1915 by Ernst Stromer. He's on the left there. He's kind of got that shit on, not gonna lie. That was in the Bahariya Formation, which is in Egypt. Okay, never mind, an ad break is starting. Fucking hell. We'll wait. Fucked up and evil that they had me, doing 2 ad breaks in a row. I wanna get rid of these ads, man. These ads suck. So we're just waiting, Cause I'm not continuing without the homies. It's really interesting listening to Nikki music in the background, since I have Nikki pulled up, because that's what we're going to be playing afterwards. I love Nikki. Nikki's a fun game. I have some things I want to rant about it, though. Because this 1.5 update, man. This 1.5 update is, it's got me all sorts of mixed feelings, honestly. Like, I can't say whether I don't think I like it, but I can't say whether I hate it or can tolerate it, It's a very interesting case with this 1.5 update. Please let these ads end soon. I don't want to wait here no more. Cause I think this sucks that I have to run ads right now. Soon we can end the ads. Please. Literally bombarding my viewers with 6 minutes of ads is fucked up, man. I only want to do 3. I didn't even want to do 3. I just wanted to do 3 because you make me do 3. But now, you know, thank God, it's over. Alright, where were we before we were rudely interrupted by Twitch mandatory things? That's for the week. Spinosaurus. SPP. I realized I don't think I ever explained what SPP means. SPP is when you have a genus and there's several species under the genus. If you just want to refer to the genus, you put SPP. I just do this for dinosaurs that have multiple genuses since, you know, the species different is much less than, like, the genus difference. If I were to go through every species, that would take a lot of work, and also because half of them, like, probably aren't even, like, really considered valid. So we're just doing genuses, and if they only have one species, then that species, which is why, like, Pachycephalosaurus wyomingensis was different. I just realized I didn't change this either. Let me quickly change this. Spinosaurus SPP. There we go. Nice and fixed. Anyway, yeah, so, like, Hadrosaurus folki only has one species, so that's why I refer to it as Hadrosaurus folki, and not Hadrosaurus SPP. Anyway, location discovery of Spinosaurus. So, Spinosaurus aegypticus was found in 1915 by Ernst Stromer in the Bahariya Formation, Egypt. Ernst Stromer is over there on the left, and the Bahariya Formation, as you can see, is like this weird lime green color. That's the Bahariya Formation. It's like right there in Egypt. The Red Sea is right here, so that'll give you some, like, perspective, because that, I know that doesn't, like, show the full thing of Egypt. But this specimen was actually destroyed in World War II from a British bombing, or a British bombing raid on Munich, which was April 24th, 25th of 44. And this really heavily hindered the research we have on Spinosaurus, because all we have to refer to for this stuff is, like, for the stuff about Spinosaurus is the notes, and then later what we found. But we don't have that much stuff, like, we don't have that many fossils for Spinosaurus. There's also Spinosaurus moroccanus, which was found in 1996, but this isn't considered fully valid, and it's often considered not valid. Typically, the only considered valid species right now is Spinosaurus aegypticus, but I didn't put it as the thing we're learning about today, since it's, like, debatable. You know what I mean? It's not like 100% no. So, physical traits and details of Spinosaurus. This thing was fucking massive. Had a really large sail, and had a sail on the tail as well. We had a lot of different size estimates for Spinosaurus due to its kind of, you know, dubious nature and very unclear fossil direction, I guess. I don't know how to phrase my thoughts properly with that. But the sail was M-shaped, and the structure of it was also pretty debated. Whether it was like a hump, a sail, whether it had the M shape, or, like, if you ever watched Jurassic Park 3, it was just like a hemicircle. And it also had some webbed feet and a paddle-shaped tail. As you can see here, this motherfucker was huge. This is the holotype, the one in the middle, which is the one that was destroyed. It was this big just based on reconstructions. Like, this right here is a reconstruction. Since we don't have the original fossils, we took these notes and sort of reconstructed what they could have been like. This is the largest specimen we have. Very, very fucking huge. And then you can see the paddle-shaped tail. It's kind of like a tadpole type tail thing. I don't know how to describe it really. So I say paddle-shaped because I think that works. So taxonomy of Spinosaurus is interesting. So belongs to Spinosaurinae subfamily, which was named in 98. But this taxonomy had to be refined as South American Spinosaurids were actually deemed as intermediates between Baryonychinae and Spinosaurinae. So Baryonychinae includes like baryonyx and stuff like that. So the left one is the left phylogeny tree is the phylogeny tree which we originally had, and as you can see, right? So you got off of Megalosauridea, which we covered before, and then you go here. This would be Spinosaurinae, right? This middle point, and you see how baryonyx, Suchomimus, they're all next to each other, right? And then you have V4047, which if we go back here, this is V4047. These are all right next to each other, pretty much. But the new one, this one proposed in 2018, actually has a split between Baryonychinae and Spinosaurinae, in which baryonyx falls under Baryonychinae, and Spinosaurinae, you eventually get to Spinosaurini, and then eventually you get to Spinosaurus sp and Spinosaurus aegypticus. These points, the arrows here indicate kind of what the key differences are. So like here it's this bone, and then here it comes into the like the nasal cavities here and stuff like that. Now, Spinosaurus has a really, really fucking rough history, which is why I decided to just make a, 2 slides. I believe I have 2 slides about this. So, a lot of these are due to the holotype's destruction, but also because, man, we don't know what the fuck we're doing with this thing. There's often the meme where it's like, Spinosaurus versus T-Rex, and then like T-Rex fans finding out they fucking shot laser beams and whatnot, and the Spinosaurus fans figured out that they actually just like didn't have legs or some shit like that. But like that's honestly kind of how it is, because we just keep learning things about Spinosaurus where it's just like it just keeps rewriting stuff. So first thing is the function of the sail. We proposed thermoregulation. I don't know why I'm yawning so much today. We proposed thermoregulation, energy storage, sexual dimorphism, swimming ability, and then the tail we thought was maybe for hurting and stunning fish like a thresher shark, where they slap the water and they stun the fish so they can eat it. The thermoregulation idea along with energy storage is pretty believable. I don't think energy storage is as believable, since due to so we know it was a sail later. Like right nowadays we know this part was a sail simply because the bones are too sharp to have a like a hump. So thermoregulation, yes. Energy storage, probably not as much because it can't store much fat up there and stuff like that. Sexual dimorphism is easily a possibility. Like that's so hard, but dimorphism is so hard to study from fossils. Swimming, very much so a possibility, but we'll get into that later. And the tail sail, that's like the only thing that we can think of as swimming and the hurting and stunning fish. We didn't even know its fucking diet, man. We knew that it was a predator, but whether it was just terrestrial or if it was a piscivore, because I mean, so there's a South American pterosaur fossil that had a bite mark in it from a Spinosaurus, so it ate a pterosaur. So maybe it was just a fucking scavenger, like a grizzly bear, just ate anything. But we do know that it was actually able to detect prey without seeing them in the water because it had pressure receptors in its snout. That's due to studying the bones that we found that. Now, based on the oxidation isotope ratio that we found in the teeth of Spinosaurus, we knew it had a semi-aquatic lifestyle, but this was debated if it fully swam or if it just floated and like kind of went along the surface. But we ended up learning that it couldn't fully like swim because its lung placement and buoyancy would need to constantly paddle, like doggy paddle pretty much, to keep its head above water. Its head is like S-shaped as well, which you can kind of you could see in the previous images here, like it's like a S-shaped head. But yeah, so it most likely just kind of floated or went in really shallow water, or not floated, but it went in like shallow water. It didn't go in like deep water, like oceans and stuff. No, it probably went in like short river, like tiny rivers and stuff, where it could easily catch fish, but still stay above ground, above the water. Since I mean, look at how tall this thing is, right? Like we're talking, fish can live in waters that are like knee high. You can get plenty of fish in a river that's knee high as long as it's long. Right? And knee high on this, that's just covering its feet. Like, it's fine in that. Now, we didn't even know how it walked. We didn't know if it was quadrupedal, if it was bipedal, but there is a 2024 study that is pretty agreed upon, I'd say, that it says it's bipedal. It was just fairly slow. I can't remember if this is due to the foot position or what, but pretty much considered bipedal now. And here's some examples. So here you can see the buoyancy, and here's the lungs, right? So if it went like this, its head is not staying above the water. It would have to constantly paddle, and you can see that here, which is why that wouldn't work. Here's its feet. It had webbing between these, and we could tell just because of the overall foot shape and the similarities that it shared with some modern birds. I forgot what bird exactly, but since it's a theropod and birds evolved from theropods. Here's its teeth. That's how we could tell it was a piscivore, because of the shape of the teeth. A lot of crocodiles, alligators share this kind of teeth shape, especially along with the facial structure. But the oxygen isotope showed that it did have some presence in water, which also helped with it being like, oh yeah, this is a piscivore, at least. But it definitely ate some terrestrial animals, or airborne animals, as it ate the fucking pterosaur in South America. Well, Spinosaurinae did, not Egypticus specifically, but a Spinosaur did. And here's the overall skeleton. Think like really the major things to note here is, if it was above water like this, what the fuck does it use the sail for, right? Like, which is again why we keep getting into this giant fucking mystery. What the hell is a Spinosaurus? This thing is a nightmare to understand, because, like, if let's say it had the sail for swimming, right? That means it has to go in deeper water, but it can't go in deeper water. But so, like, in my opinion, based on kind of logicking this out, I think it is the first and the third point. I think it was thermoregulation and sexual dimorphism that the sail was for. Because while it's not a dinosaur, so I won't be covering it, unless eventually we get to that point. Since it's something called a synapsid, which is it's just a group of tetrapod vertebrates, which includes a bunch of mammals and stuff. Well, every mammal actually. But Dimetrodon is a synapsid, and it features a giant fucking sail. And we don't know what the fuck that sail did. But the fact that, you know, they also suggest that it could have used it for thermodynamics, but the issue is it was pretty inefficient on I think retaining that heat or releasing it, one of the two. It warmed quickly, but I know there might have been some studies about it also being effective in cooling, but like if that's a case of convergent evolution where both the Spinosaurus and the Dimetrodon evolved sails, I could see that as a very likely thing. Because, you know, this is a time period where it's hot. I mean, Spinosaurus was, I think, during the Cretaceous, late Cretaceous, which late Cretaceous had, I want to say the weather was pretty hot. Let me just make sure. Yeah, here we go. So in the tropics, which is around where it would be, it was 30 Celsius or higher. And, I mean, that's like 86 Fahrenheit. The average temperatures were like 5 Celsius to 10 Celsius higher than today, which can be a lot. I mean, 5 Celsius alone is, like if we're doing, let's say, 80, or let's do like 30 C, right, to Fahrenheit. That's 86, and 35 C to Fahrenheit is 95. So we're looking at like 9 degrees warmer Fahrenheit, which is kind of insane. So it would make a lot of sense if it was thermoregulation, which I think it's very likely it was. But yeah, that is it for the history of Spinosaurus, I'd say. Really, really interesting dinosaur. I really hope one day we can learn more about this dinosaur. I think it's always a really big point of contention among paleontologists. It's not my personal favorite, but I know a lot of people out there that love Spinosaurus. And I can't blame them. It's a cool ass fucking dinosaur, man. Anyway, I'm gonna go swap it to Nikki real quick. And also, quickly go grab some water. Because I realize my water's out. And that's not a good thing. So you want to capture Nikki, right? Please? No, don't tell me. Fuck. I thought because of the steam. Are you not working? No. I thought because of steam it would be fine with capturing it. But it isn't. Fuck. Let me see. Because I think I need to open this in admin mode, but because it's not working. This sucks. Because I'm already live, man. I should have tested this beforehand, honestly. I could just restart stream. Such a pain in the ass, though. You know? So we will, do I have the setting on where... Let me see if I have the setting on where it's like, Twitch setting, stream end. Let me see. Disconnect protection. I could enable that, right? Up to 90 seconds while you troubleshoot reconnect. Awesome. How do I enable it? Stream settings page. Watch me figure shit out live. Isn't this fun? The fuck is this? Stream settings page, man. Oh, here it is. Disconnect protection. Alright, well, let's see if that works, because I can reopen OBS quick, right? So we'll see if that works. I'm going to just close OBS rather than ending stream. Reopen it in admin mode. See you in like a second. OBS is currently active. Okay, hold up. Can I? Maybe I could just run as admin real quick. Alright. If this ends stream, oopsie daisy. If it doesn't, see you in a second. If it'll, swap over. I open it immediately to non-responding. Are you kidding me? This is awesome. This is really cool. I actually really like this. Steam release, you did nothing for me. Alright, fuck it, man. We're just gonna... I don't want to do this, but we'll just stop screen here, and then we'll just restart it real quick. Alright? I'll see you in a second.